Good morning. How are you? I'm better today. Had a good sleep. So I thought I'd do another reading. It's amazing what a good night's rest can do for you. I woke up this morning without any aches and pains. It's one of the things about getting older, so everything starts to hurt. But the sun's shining. It's going to be a heat wave in the UK apparently. A whole 31 degrees, which can sometimes feel like 50 degrees because it's bloody humid. Reminds me of Durban, but it's never as bad as Durban. In Durban, it's like above 30 degrees for like 9 months of the year. So, not very fun, especially not for gingers like me. Yeah, not safe at all. We belong up here in the Northern Hemisphere. So, we'll do a you versus them reading again today. Start in with my mum's deck, see what it has to say. Feeling a bit nervous energy today. I don't know what that's about. That's funny. You're absolutely fine, and then you sit down, touch the cards, and you feel some weird stuff. So let's see. What do the cards say? No way. Come on, it can't be the same story as yesterday. You know, this happens with this deck sometimes. I've had this before. So this is about a loss. I will read it again. I'd really like some new cards because I don't want to read the same thing every morning. Excuse me. Let's have a sip of water. The robber mouse takes your treasure. Inside the house he steals with pleasure. Hope's not all forgone if this card is near. Once the mouse is begone, you regain what's dear. Yeah, so it's about a loss. It could be material, financial, emotional. It could be your health, maybe you're feeling a bit run down. All kinds of things. But it's never that bad. We all go through loss in life. It's sort of part of the deal, isn't it? So don't get worried. You know, when you're watching tarot and things that seem bad come up, it's not about predicting bad events. No one can really do that. I mean, some psychics and mystics have been able to predict world events, but in a person's daily life, it's quite difficult to be able to predict exactly what's going on. So don't worry too much. And anything that does happen, I'm sure you can deal with quite easily. It's part of being an adult. It's just handling stuff, isn't it? And if you're finding it hard, asking for help. That's another part of being an adult that many people don't do. Because you want to be rejected. What if you ask for help and no one helps you? All right, let's see what they got today. Ooh, the erratic. I love these. These are the stones that are left. Well, they're not stones. They're massive tons of boulder that get left behind after glaciers move across continents. And I think geologists have a good sense of humor, like people who name birds and mushrooms and plants. And they call them the erratics. The erratics. And then the confluence. Oh, that's a big word. Okay, nice. At least they're different from yesterday. So number 30, the erratic. See, I have to read from the book because I haven't memorized it. But I quite like being read to. Oh, let's do the confluence. No, we'll do the erratic first. Ooh, well, yeah. The unexpected, interruption, imposition. A boulder deposited by glacial movement in an unexpected location is called an erratic. Well, it's just what I told you. Yeah, okay. Imagine a large mass of rock at rest in an empty field, an unavoidable and worrying form in an otherwise calm environment. The erratic card reveals that something unexpected has found its way into the familiar, and while it may be something that has always been there, it needs to be acknowledged. So something that has always felt familiar, something has interrupted that almost. Whether it's a surprise or it's been there forever, you don't know. It could be a feeling as well, an emotion that you weren't aware was there. Maybe after this loss, something has come up in your feelings that you didn't expect. That might be what it is. I'm sure the cards will tell me in a minute. And then number 25, the confluence, which is like an aerial view of the forest with a river. Two great rivers meet at a confluence. Okay, I'm sorry. Collaboration, unity, cooperation. All right, yeah, I mean, obviously. Two great rivers meet at a confluence. They become one entity, entwined and inseparable, and together they double their strength and momentum. This card may represent new partnerships, friends, lovers, colleagues, who join their strength with yours in order to achieve a greater purpose. It's time to acknowledge the person at your side and give thanks to each other. Ah, interesting. Okay. This is about a new friend, lover, or colleague that you're going to join forces with to create something beautiful. Something that is more than the sum of its parts. Yeah, okay. All right. So, it's a new person, obviously, I think. And maybe meeting them has stirred up feelings inside you that you weren't aware or brought something to your attention. This is coming after a loss. Obviously, my mum's cards want to keep showing me that one. It's not as bad as when I was going through my divorce and I got the fox every single day for nearly a year. Yeah, that was fun. You know, I even tried taking it out a few times and it would just show me a similar card. So we're going to start off today with the light seers. And we'll be clarifying with just the old Rider-Waite. It's very simple, you versus them, or you and them. You're not versus really, I mean, unless you are fighting, but hopefully you're not. This looks like a friendship. So I'll have just surrounding energies, and then your challenge, them, their challenge, and the bridge between you, the thing that links you, where you find your common ground. And that could be anything from your spiritual beliefs or the fact that you both like macaroni cheese. I don't know. It depends on how heavy the connection is. I love macaroni cheese, especially when you put crispy bacon in it and some tomatoes on the top. That's how my mum used to make it. I just like it because it's got cheese in. Cheese is the best thing in the world. Unless you're vegetarian or vegan, although vegetarians eat cheese. Yeah, vegan cheese I found quite hard to deal with. What was that? Oh, 9 swords and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. Right, so let's see who we're tapping in today. Somebody new, somebody you've just met, somebody you can work with on a creative project perhaps, or a new person at work that you're teaming up with, or a neighbour that you've found shares a love for raising frogs and you're going to start a frog business. I mean, it could be anything. This is the tarot. It can only give you a general idea, and it really works on the 4 basic tenets of what people have, which is love, creativity, and the force of creativity, sexual desire and romance, obviously, money, thought, your thoughts and feelings, and then, yeah, some effort. Yeah, can't really give you exact details. I mean, some psychics can maybe tap in, but I'm not here to do that. Right, we're ready. Let's see. 4 of Cups. Okay, so maybe you're not so sure about accepting whatever this is coming into your life, or you are blind to it, or you both are unsure. Let's find out. You're coming up as the 3 of Pentacles. Obviously, yeah, nice. You want to work with people. Challenge is the Ace of Pentacles. Wow, they're the Ace of Wands. Nice. And they're coming up as a challenge, the Knight of Pentacles. I love the Knight of Pentacles in this deck. It looks like he's on a mushroom trip. And you're bridge between each other is this little tower, which in the light seers is a little squirrel who's having his pine tent, his little pine home struck by lightning. And I always think, poor little guy. I was attacked by a squirrel once while I was feeding them in Company Gardens in Cape Town. I used to buy a little bag for I don't know how many rand, and massive bag of peanuts, and you go feed, and before you knew it, you were surrounded by about 100 squirrels or more. Sometimes there were so many there, and yeah, I can't remember. I must have been about 11. There was like one peanut left on the floor, and one of them hadn't seen it, so I went to pick it up, and he just jumped me, bit my finger. I had to get a tetanus shot. So something's happened, obviously, something quite dramatic and drastic. The tower represents foundations being destroyed, but that's often so that new things can be put in their place. Things that are affected by the tower events are not stable anyway, would have fallen down at some point. You know, buildings get struck by lightning every day. They don't always fall down, but this little pine forest tent ain't pretty stable. So you're coming up as Three of Pentacles. This is the spirit of collaboration and working together. It's a great card. And then the Light Seers deck is pretty obvious. You know, you've got 3 people there and they're making something. And it's very creative. So perhaps this is, you're both artists maybe, or, you know, software engineers. That's a creative pursuit. Hairdressing, you know, cooking, whatever. The creativity isn't always painting and being all snooty and writing and stuff. You know, it's can be anything in your daily life. Even what I'm doing now is creating. I'm essentially trying to make up a story about 2 people's lives, but you know, apparently we're psychics, so so we'll try and see if we can actually relate, find a way to relate with people. So they're coming up as the Ace of Wands. I'll tell you, if I was an artist, that's the kind of spirit I'd want to be joining with. The Ace of Wands is the ultimate creative force. It's this massive wand. It's full of passion. It's full of desire for life and change, and doesn't follow the rules. It, you know, forges a new way ahead. Yeah, highly intuitive card as well in this deck, because you know her eyes are closed, but her third eye is lit all the way. So yeah, nice. All right, so let's look at the challenges. The Ace of Pentacles for you. Yeah, okay, which is supposed to be a new beginning and an offer, you know, but out of all these cards, along with this Knight of Pentacles, it's kind of like, I don't know, not so much selfish as maybe don't focus so much on the money of the venture or what it's going to produce. In the end, try and enjoy the process. That could be what that's talking about. I will obviously hate Pentacles. Stop working so hard. It's not about the money, it's about the process. Knight of Pentacles, yeah, this dude looks like he's on a mushroom trip. Like, he's not even on his horse. I mean, get on the fucking horse, dude. Get on the horse. This person just needs to get on the horse. They need to get on the horse and make it a little shifty, basically, because they're taking their time, and I'm surprised they're probably not even going the right way. He doesn't look like he knows where he's going. The horse does. I think the horse is a bit fed up. So yeah, this person's moving too slowly, basically what the tarot is saying, and they need to let go a bit. Knight of Pentacles can be a bit uptight. Yeah, it's all about the money, honey, materialism. Having things set up and worked out correctly before you even start, which is almost in opposition to the real spirit of the person. So let's see. I really just want to know what's the Tower. What's the Tower today? Feels like a good Tower. I know people don't always think that a Tower can be good, but when you look back on your life and you look at moments in your life where something really hectic happened, or devastating. I mean, I say hectic, but devastating, you know, it could be anything from a house move, a job change, you know, losing friends, losing lovers, losing people, death, money, losing large amounts of money, just when your world's turned upside down. often afterwards is when some of the best things in your life happened, you know. And a lot of that can have to do with taking destructive energies and trying to build something positive from it. When I was growing up in South Africa, like, we've got beautiful plants there in the veld, in the bush, and they can only germinate after a bushfire. So people can be like that too, but if you can't transmute it, you can get stuck, and that's often why towers happen sometimes. Stagnation. All right, well, those three just wanted to come out. Okay. Oh. Okay. Well, I suppose I'll just have to take them, mate. Thanks a lot. It's like the tarot is like, shut up, Tristan. Just take these fucking cards. You're talking too much. Right, so I don't know what's the surrounding energy because it's giving me 3. So we got 5 of Pentacles, Chariot, which feels like more the energies of the surroundings. So we got Chariot. So something happening really quickly, with force. It's not stopping. Something that's definitely ending. 5 of Pentacles might indicate a loss of some kind in terms of money. So maybe you've changed jobs. You've both changed jobs, perhaps, or I don't know. I'm a bit annoyed that he just chucked them out because I don't know now. I can't feel it. Yeah. Well, let's the moon's underneath. Maybe the deck doesn't want to tell me exactly what's going on. Yeah. 5 Pentacles and 10 Swords. 10 Swords, so it's definitely, I mean, it's the same energy really. Something's ended. Obviously something new can start afterwards. Maybe something's ended and that's what's brought you together. Something in both your lives has ended, and then by happenstance you're now on a project together. Or yeah, I suppose you might have to just try and find the silver lining, really. Just find the silver lining, because it's happening quite quickly and it's not going to stop. After, you know, 10 of Swords might seem like this terrible card, but all this energy it just clears out the energy. It does. You'll stop feeling like that, like 5 Pentacles after a while. You just go for it, you know, just move past. Let the things happen and then try and be positive. Find the silver lining. Which you know, if you look in the 10 of Swords there, there's just a little red line there at the edge of the water, which almost looks like a silver lining to me. Huh. Okay. All right, let's see what this Ace of Pentacles is about. Are you worried about money? Are you worried about end product? Is that what's holding you back? Because you don't know where it's going to go. All right. Ace of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, and look. 8 of Pentacles again. That showed its face earlier. Surrounding energies, 5 Wands. Competition at work. Okay, maybe you're worried about competition because you want this ace, but you shouldn't focus on that. Page of Pentacles can often be earth magic, divination, like looking into the future. Look, he's looking at this pentacle, but it almost seems like he's too obsessed with this pentacle. All this hard work. You just need to take a step back, I think. Back from, oh, just not fun, is it? 5 Wands and yeah. It's not really impressive, is it, a page? He's going, okay, well, I've made all this hard work. I've made this thing, but it's not quite an ace yet. So you need to just take a step back. You want to go too quick, and they're taking their sweet time. All right. So let's see. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, 4 of Cups, and Page of Wands. There's the surrounding energy under the moon. God, these cards are funny today. 9 Cups. Yeah. Okay. So your Pentacles really, and their Page and their Wands. Page of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Yeah. this person doesn't believe that what they're being offered is what everyone says it is. It's a 9 of Cups. Looks like 1 cup, but it's a 9 of Cups. But they're like, nah, I don't believe you. And they're like, I'm here doing my thing. What's my creativity? Look, I've got this little tiny sprout growing. Thinks it's really cool. I mean, dude. And, you know, like you're over here with your little pentacle. You're like, look at my massive pentacle. And it's just a little one. And it's just a little sprout. So maybe they just need to open their eyes a bit. See that this is a 9 of Cups offer, which is completely, yeah, so it's a fulfillment. Like 9 of Cups is quite sassy energy, really. Yeah, abundant. It's a growth. It's a place where an Ace of Wands could grow. Yeah, but they're not even looking the right way. Not even looking the right way. So they need to just, I don't know, get a wake-up call. Wake up. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty happy with that. They need to stop inflating what their offer is and what they can offer, and they need to start seeing that it is actually a good offer. Yeah. Working very hard on this pentacle, working very hard. But you should be able to work together. I shall maybe go into that further. What comes after the 10 of Swords? That's what I want to know. I mean, working together, obviously. So, let's see what this 3 of Pentacles spirit's about. This energy that you've got, which is beautiful. Love a collaboration. Love a collaboration. Okay. Oh, Judgment. And the Sun. Fucking glorious. Look at that. That's beautiful. And the 6 of Pentacles, wanting to share, man. All these sunflowers, you're happy. You're just like ready for it. You know, something's been judged, obviously. Maybe you've made the decision finally that this person is somebody that you could work with. But they're not seeing that quite just yet. But this energy is holding you back. You need to stop working so hard. Because if they can't even see it's a good offer, they're not going to want to join you in this back-breaking but quite enjoyable work. So, because you both got this energy here where you feel a loss. Yeah, the sharing here, which is beautiful. All right, Ace of Wands. What's this Ace of Wands in this person's life? What are they about? Let's see if we can get some clues so you can know who it is. Come on then, cards. Don't want to sit here and shuffle all day. Yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, so they're the kind of person who believes in new beginnings, wants the world, really. They're ready, you know, decisive and looking out to the future, waiting for their ships to come in, stable. They've got a base of operations. Moving on from something, gosh, they've had some troubled waters, yeah. Something's happened in their life that they're just wanting to get the fuck away from. Yeah, okay. Maybe the still waters has enabled a new creative phase in their life. Yeah, definitely. Look at that, 9 of Wands. They've been through some heavy stuff, man. No, I don't really want to talk about that much further. But they've definitely chilled out about it, and they're in a good space to start a new thing with you. Yeah. Oh. So since the 4 of Cups was the overall energy of this read, playing in there, it's about their refusal to see the offer, or maybe they just don't believe it could happen to them. I mean, they're kind of walking alone here with their King, Knight of Pentacles. I mean, maybe they'd like to be a King of Pentacles. Yeah, they're focusing on their arts. There's a 9 of Cups offer, but they can't see it. He's not even, you know, his eyesight's well above the cups. He can't see nothing. So let's see if this is 4 of Cups. Yeah, okay, the Hierophant tradition. 3 Cups. a lovers, a contract, a choice. Apparently it's a nudie. There's nudity. Can you see from there? Only if you zoom in. Look, if you're still framing this and you're zooming in, maybe you're the issue, huh? You could buy a pack yourself. You can look at them all day. I don't know why that came into my head. Okay. Maybe they think the offer's not for them. There's too much tradition, maybe. Or it's an institution they don't feel like they'd fit in. Or it's a tough one, this, actually. I need to think. Hierophant. Religious beliefs. 3 of Cups. There is a celebration there. Yeah. Maybe it's about looking at the whole picture so you can work hard and still have fun, kind of thing. I don't know. I'm stumped. I shouldn't be, but I am. I'll let that simmer for a bit. Maybe something more will come to me. I should... I should tell you about another tarot read I've been listening to online. I listened to quite a few, so let's see who pops into my head today. So I'm just going to ask the witches for a bit of a sum up at the end, just to see what you should do, basically. What should you do? Not this person, because they're coming up there again. Not sure. Yeah. I mean, it looks like a good offer, like something really stable, long-term and committed, where you can have fun with lots of people and enjoy yourself. And then not seeing it. Maybe you aren't either, I don't know, because you're so busy focused on that. Pentacle. I think today I'm going to mention, I think it's Rachel, and her tarot used to be called Moonlit Tarot, but she's Mooncat Tarot, but then she does a channel just for Pisces as well, Pisces frequencies, but she lives in the UK, I think. She's got a British accent, which is quite nice to listen to for a change, and I really enjoy her readings. She's very fun, very informative, very knowledgeable, and yeah, just feels like you are at home chatting with your best friend, listening to them do your tarot. So definitely give her a swing by. All right, tarot, what's the best course of action for our viewers? What should they do with regards to working with this person? Even though the lovers came up there, it doesn't feel romantic right now. This feels more like working together. You know, if you look at those 2 cards, you can kind of understand after someone's been through something that puts them in 6 swords and 9 wands, that they might sit under this tree and go, I'm not sure about your offer. What's that about? Yeah. Or not see it, because they wouldn't believe something like that would happen to them, perhaps, you know. People work in mysterious ways. Always try and put yourselves in another person's shoes before you act. I don't always do that, but I do try. And when I don't is often when things go wrong. So it's good advice. It's good advice. Try to embody the other person. All right, tarot. What have you got to say? Wants me to split you today. Okie dokie. Beautiful. Ace of Cups. And look at that underneath. The lovers. You get 2 today. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Ace of Cups, best card in the deck, isn't it, really? You want to just jump into those cool waters, those beautiful lilies. Looks like a great place to hang out. So what should you do? The Chariot. Oof. 3 swords. 9 swords. Gosh. Yeah, a lot of pain and overthinking, maybe to do with this tower and this 10 swords. What's happened? You both share this. But I think it's telling you that you need to move swiftly past these things. You know, you can think about how it's affected you emotionally and mentally. You know, well, I'm drawn to these little fairies that fly around, the 3 swords in the Witcher's deck and the flowers. It looks painful, but you know what? Life is painful sometimes. It's not going to kill you. And aren't we lucky that it doesn't? You know, worse things can happen. Worse things happen at sea, as they say. Yeah. That's kind of... When I look at this one, I'm like, girl, just get off that bed. What are you doing with your arm all up your head and like dramatic pose? Woe is me. Life is so hard. Okay, yeah. Have your little sorrow and your sulk. Feel your pain. But move on, because there's an Ace of Cups waiting for you both, and there's a beautiful contract that can happen if you move past the energies that is hindering you. So yeah, I think that's my reading today. I need to go to work. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday.